so much information to cover because of Global's massive data download, and instead of trying to, create 4 or 5 videos out of that, I tried to bring as much information as I can find into this one video, and I'm going to separate it into 3 different sections. The first one, as you can see up here, is celebration news that I feel like you definitely deserve to know. Next is all information about upcoming banners, the ticket banners, Memorial Dragonstones, all of that good stuff. And then some extra news that I found that, again, I do think will be extremely valuable for you to know. This may be sort of a longer video, but again, there's a lot to talk about, and I just want to make sure that you get all the information that you need. One more thing, we are on the road to 70k, so you watching here, you being here means a lot to me. You liking the video and you subscribing means the world to me. So thank you again for all that love and support. Let's actually hop into the first thing here, which of course is the celebration news. First things first, let's talk about this. Logging into the game, post on social media, and complete the daily missions during the countdown period to get up to 28 celebration summon tickets. We'll look at what that banner looks like when we get into the summon portion of this. But use the collected celebration summon tickets to perform summons in the worldwide campaign celebration dual Dokkan Festival. Again, we'll look at that because this is what the preview of the banners look like. But the first thing I want to talk about is the worldwide celebration countdown login bonus. Basically, what you need to know is just log into the game every single day. You get stones, you get tickets, and these tickets can turn into useful pulls for you. It's free stuff. Really don't lose out on it. Okay, the celebration stuff, or I guess the login bonus stuff, is only going to last until the 28th, which is when the celebration itself should begin, by the way. So if you're wondering when the celebration begins, pretty much have it here. One other thing to mention is that we're getting 3 of the red Dragonstones, which is incredible because we usually only get 1 for logging into the game, but now we're getting 3, which of course is very, very good. And with these 3, we can exchange up to, or for, quite a bit of characters. So the first pool of characters you can buy will cost 1 Memorial Dragonstone each. So every character you see here, from Blue Vegito all the way to into Kid Buu, you can get by basically exchanging 1 of the 3 that we get. Now there's 2 packs here: the Broly pack that comes with AGL Turles and Tech Cooler, or the Cooler Movie Vegeta pack that comes with Rage Trunks, or Thick Boy Trunks and Super Saiyan almost like Bojack Bardock here. Now, this is going to cost you 2 out of your 3 red Dragonstones. So you can buy this Broly pack, which comes with these other characters, and then buy another one of these characters if you really want, because this is going to cost 2 out of the 3 free that you get. And this, of course, is available on Global right now. I logged in, and we do have all 3. So you can actually log into the game right now. Experience the login bonus, experience everything, as well as gain access to these 3 red Dragonstones here. And then you can exchange 3 of 3 or all of them by purchasing any one of these characters here. If you're gonna ask me why are these characters costing 3, maybe because they recently EZA'd, so they may be prioritizing recency, like sort of like a recency buy. I don't know, because some of these characters have EZA'd a long time ago, maybe not too long ago, but these aren't like extremely old EZAs. One thing I'll mention, if you're gonna ask me, yo, Mr. Baby, I mean, which one of these units do you think is like worth the most? I think STR Broly here will be getting a Super EZA, and if we've learned anything from the previous Super EZAs, I expect him to be some sort of a monster. So I am definitely going to pick him up personally. But if you're looking for a different character, or looking to get a specific character, Rainbow, whatever the case may be, then go all for it. I always say I recommend getting new characters over dupes, but at the end of the day, these are really old characters, and most players that have been playing for a while probably have all these guys. But if you're newer, then I'd recommend trying to predict Super EZA with Broly, or trying to get one of these OG 120 leads that do have their EZAs, it really depends on what you want, what team you're trying to run, and you know, if you're trying to complete your box or not. There isn't really a bad choice, because all of these characters are getting super easy ace at some point, right? So just keep that in mind. Next, we have the Worldwide Celebration Ticket Collecting Campaign. All you have to do is log into the game. It's beautiful, right? Every single day you get 2 for logging in. You clear 1 stage and you get 1 ticket. And then posting on social media every single day. Tap this special campaign button and post on social media. You don't actually have to post on social. When you click on the little alert thing, the speaker thing, when you click on that, and then the social media things pop up, you can click on Twitter, you can click on Facebook, anything else. Once you click on Facebook or something and it reroutes you to the app, just get out of it and go back to Dokkan, and you will be rewarded your ticket. You don't actually have to post anything on social media. I always laugh when I see those types of promo posts on, so I mean, you can if you want, right? But you don't actually have to. The moment you click any one of those social media things, you will be given your ticket, so just keep that in mind. Then we have the returning campaign. If you haven't played Dokkan in quite some time, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to get back into the game. As long as we get up to at least 90,000 returning players, we're going to get, what is the total here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10 Dragon Stones. Wait, do they summarize it or no? Yeah, 10 Dragon Stones, a bunch of Zenny, a bunch of meat, a bunch of orbs, some training locations, some training items. Pretty good, right? So, you know, get a friend to get a friend to get a friend to go back into the game, log back into the game, because these are rewards that every player receives when new players or players who have, I guess it would be new, right? But players who haven't touched the game in a while, which I don't know how many that would be because anniversary just happened, but if you know someone, you know, just try to get people back into the game. We usually get these rewards, so I wouldn't be too pressed about it, but you know, it's free stuff at the end of the day. And then last but not least for this specific celebration news, we do have, of course, a login bonus. I always get crap off this, but as long as you log into the game, you do have a chance of getting extremely ultra super lucky, getting 7 Dragon Stones, Hercule statues, and 3 Kais, which of course is really good. I'm not built like that, unfortunately, so this is not something that I can really, you know, experience, but maybe you can. Okay, maybe you can. And that is, I think, I would say, the important information regarding specifically all the celebration and countdown details so far. Next, we have the summon stuff, okay? There's quite a bit to go over here. First things first, these are what the banners look like, okay? So we have the Goku banner. This is going to be a 7-ticket summon banner. And then there's a variant of this banner that also, that you can use 50 tickets to summon on. Remember, when it comes to this is the worldwide celebration summon tickets here. These tickets are the ones that we get from these missions that you know, I mentioned before. But when we get a Memorial Dragon Stones, which I'll cover in here as well, you can also exchange those Memorial Dragon Stones for more of these tickets. The beautiful thing about that is if you don't want to buy a character out of the shop, because those characters tend to be pretty expensive, then you can just exchange for tickets and have, you know, a decent time trying to pull some of these characters here. And I'll talk about that again as we get to the Memorial Dragon Stones, but again, this is what the banners look like. We have the Golden Week Tech World Tournament Goku version, and then the Golden Week Int Piccolo Jr. version. This is what the Piccolo Jr. banner looks like. We got God Goku on there. It's pretty notable. Saiyan Day Broly, Tech Gohan, STR Cooler, Physical Broly. We have some decent characters on here, right? Nothing too insane or crazy. I mean, STR Broly is also on here. I mean, I'm saying that for myself, not really for you. And then, yeah, and then also on the Goku side of things, we have Kale, we have Goku, we have Gamma 2, Ginyu, STR Kefla, really good EZA. I expect Janemba to get an EZA pretty soon, honestly. Exchange Boo, pretty good. I also expect these guys to get an EZA somewhat soon as well, so just keep all of that in mind. But, yeah, Physical Broly is on this banner. Kid Buu with the Super EZA, AGL Goku with their Super EZA is also very, very good. So you have some value on these banners. I'll also mention, that there is a stone version of these banners that, no, I do not recommend summoning on unless you want to take advantage of a very specific discount, if you will. Let's get into that. So when it comes to summoning on this, there seems to be a little bit of confusion. So I pulled up screenshots provided on Twitter regarding how these banners are going to work. Okay, so the two Dokkan festivals have different featured characters, speaking specifically about, you know, these two banners here. Plus, you can use 50 celebration summon tickets to recruit 20 SSR characters this time. Let's not be confused, that is not a permanent thing. Every time you spend your 50 tickets, you're not going to be guaranteed to get the 20 SSRs. So apparently the way this works, and this is again another screenshot, and this is the way it seems to work, okay? Here, this time you can use 50 celebration summon tickets to perform a summon that guarantees recruiting 20 not featured, but 20 SSR characters. This special summon can be performed once only in both Dokkan Festival A and Dokkan Festival B. So, if you summon on this banner the 50 tickets, for the first time only, you'll get 20 SSR, not featured, sorry, 20 SSR characters. And then if you perform a multi on this banner for the first time, you will get 20 SSR characters. That only seems to be a one-time discount thing only. Keep that in mind, okay? In addition, you can also use 50 celebration summon tickets to perform a multi-summon that allows you to get recruit 50 characters. The trick here is that on the bottom it says you are not guaranteed to recruit an SSR character by performing the summon that allows you to recruit 50 characters. So this is a little bit confusing here. It's like saying you can get 20 SSR characters guaranteed the first time you summon, but after that it seems like you are, so let's say you do your first 50 summon, your 50 ticket summon, you get 50 characters. The first time you do that on the Goku banner and the Piccolo Jr. banner, you're guaranteed to get 20 SSR characters. Boom. The next time you summon on this banner, or this banner, the second time you perform a multi on any one of these banners, while it is a decent chance you can get an SSR, it's not guaranteed to get an SSR. You're not guaranteed to get an SSR. So just keep that in mind. It's similar to the way the 7 ticket summons usually work. Like when you use 7 tickets on like the red zone banners, for example, right? Or blue zone banners. You can pull stuff off of that, but you're not guaranteed to get an SSR. That's what it seems to be for this case. But since you're using 50 tickets, they want to give you at least, hey, look, the first time you do that on the Goku banner or Piccolo banner, you're guaranteed to get the what's it called? The 20 characters. Now, 20 SSRs, I should say. The celebration summon tickets required to perform summons can be obtained with the treasure item Memorial Dragonstone 5. So, there you go. You can also, again, obtain these by taking the Memorial Dragonstones that you earn and exchanging them. Which, again, we'll talk about that a little bit later down here. Moving on, it seems like regarding the Dragonstone version of these banners, remember I told you there's ticket versions and Dragonstone versions, for once only, you can use 100 Dragonstones to perform a multi-summon that allows you to recruit 20 SSR characters in the Dokkan Festival A and Dokkan Festival B that require Dragonstones. Plus, the 11th to the 20th characters are guaranteed to be featured SSR characters. This is the 10 featured SSR characters that you have been hearing. So A, you need to use Dragonstones to get that guaranteed featured SSR part, okay? Dragonstones, not tickets, Dragonstones. And on top of that, the 11th through the 20th characters are going to be those featured SSR characters out of the, 20 in total. So use 100 Dragonstones, you get 20 characters, which is literally the same as doing 2 multis of 10, right? But the first 10 are going to be SSRs, and the last 10 are guaranteed to be featured. So you can, I would assume, get featured characters within the first 10. It's definitely possible. But the last 10 will, no matter what, be guaranteed to be featured. So if you want to say, yo, Mr. Baby, look, I'm not going to lie, I really want to do that summon. it could be worth it. Like, not all of these characters are extremely usable. Most of them already have their EZA, and some of the ones down here are already with their super EZA or getting their super EZA pretty soon. So it just depends on who you pull. But if you have most of these characters already, I would say it's not really worth it for the Dragonstone portion. If you have a lot of Dragonstones to spend, that's definitely, you know, that's definitely, I would just say, you know, you could, I guess. But I would probably prioritize using Dragonstones on the Broly and the Goku that are coming for part 1 of the worldwide. And then maybe saying, you know what, let me see what part 2 is first before I decide to use my Dragonstones on, you know, these versions of the banner. But if you want to use them, you absolutely can. It's your dragons at the end of the day, and you're getting 20 featured guaranteed. It's just that if you pull 3 Brolys, 2 of these Vegeta, 1 Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Bardock, are you going to be happy? Like, I don't know, right? So you just have to define what that really means for you. Moving on about the Memorial Dragonstones, the calculation period. What this means is the way Memorial Dragonstones work for those players that are new, or players who, you know, maybe just forgot or anything like that. Memorial Dragonstones are these Dragonstones right here that Dokkan gives out during the worldwide celebration, okay? Every 50 Dragonstones that you spent throughout this time period, right? The August 18th of 2023 all the way to August 21st of 2024, every 50 stones that you spent, you'll be granted 1 Memorial Dragonstone for. Those stones that you spend doesn't have to be in the form of multis. It can be stamina consumption. It can be, you know, you died at an event and you needed to, you know, get an extra life. No matter what, every 50 stones that you ended up spending, whether it's singles, multis, whatever, you will be granted 1 Memorial Dragonstone for every 50 that you spent during this calculation period. Which means Cell Max is currently in the game. If you summon on Cell Max, you will not be compensated because Cell Max dropped after this calculation period time. Any stones you spend right now, okay, right now, will most likely be considered and calculated for the next year's worldwide download celebration. So your Cell Max summons now, you will probably be getting, you know, Memorial Dragonstones for during the 2025 worldwide download celebration details, not the ones for this year. So again, just keep that in mind. And in terms of when we're getting these, Memorial Dragonstone 5 will be sent to your gift box sequentially starting from Wednesday, August 28th. The way this works, and it has worked in the past, is every Dokkan account has a Dokkan ID. I believe if you go to news, let me just find it because I'm actually on Dokkan right now. If you go to news, let me see here. Actually, you can find it in your friends. So yeah, if you go to friends, let's say you go to friends search, you will have your ID, right? My ID ends in like 2. So depending on what number your ID ends in, your own player ID, that determines when your Dragonstones will be sent out. So for example, every account with, you know, that ends in the ID number 1, you will get your Memorial Dragonstones at 12 o'clock. And then every account that ends in 2, like mine, will get them at 1 o'clock. And then 2 and 3 and 4, moving on like that. Again, I'm not saying those are the exact times. That's exactly how it's going to work. That is just how it worked in the previous years. Not everyone is going to get them at the same time because not everyone's ID is the same. So if you see people getting Memorial Dragonstones before you, it's just because your time is not up yet. I would only be concerned if a few days have passed and you have not gotten your Memorial Dragonstones, but every player ends up getting them regardless, so you are going to be okay. Just be a little patient, alright? Just relax. And then in terms of what can you do with them? So, there is a Memorial Dragonstone shop, okay, in the Papa Shop, and you can exchange your Memorial Dragonstones for characters. Now, it seems like every character has a cost of 150. 150 is a lot of Dragonstones, okay? To do the math for you, every single time you spend 50 stones, you get 1 Memorial Dragonstone. So if we take 150 and multiply that by 50, that would give us how many stones we need to spend to get 150 Memorial Dragon Sons. And the answer is 7,500 stones. I repeat, 7,500 stones. Not everyone is going to have spent that over the course of, you know, this calculation period. So just to let you know, not everyone's going to have a crazy amount of stuff to their name, right? Memorial Dragon Sons to their name. Regardless, if you do manage to get 150, you can buy any character you want. Now, I'll tell you this right now. Hopefully, they make it cheaper this year. You can also exchange these for the rainbow tickets, which, again, you can use on any one of the banners that you want during the worldwide, which, of course, is very, very powerful. Or you can straight up exchange them for these tickets here to summon on these banners here. Now, if you want my unprofessional opinion, I think exchanging them for tickets is probably the best way to go. And the reason why I say that is because let's say you get 200 tickets, right? 200 tickets. 200 tickets. If you exchange for one character, let's say you get, I don't know, like, Go Tanks, right? Boom. You have one character. But if you exchange 200 tickets, so 200 Memorial Dragon Stones for 200 tickets, it's a 1-to-1 conversion rate. Now you can go to these banners here and basically do 4 50 character multis. 4 50 character multis. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna say you're guaranteed, but the chances of you pulling at least one or more featured character is pretty freaking high. So it's like you are really playing yourself by buying a character out of the shop directly. I would just recommend to exchange for tickets and try. Now, is there a chance that you don't get anything really good? Absolutely. And then in that case, you'd say, Mr. Baby, I should have done this. Well, maybe. That's why. Think about it. Make your decision. At the end of the day, it's your choice. It's up to you. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do personally because I have always found more success exchanging my tickets or my stones for tickets. It's just, the value just seems to be a lot higher. Especially if you haven't summoned on this yet. Dude, if you exchange look, if literally, remember, the first summon on these have 20 guaranteed SSRs. So if you buy or exchange 100 of your stones into tickets and spend 50 on one and 50 on another, you're guaranteed to get 40 SSRs. I would at least argue one of those is going to be a featured character. So what's better? One featured character and 39 SSRs versus one character and nothing else. I think the math is pretty obvious there. That is basically all the information we have regarding the summon stuff so far. Again, if I forgot something, I apologize. Let me know in the comments and I'll definitely make sure to update it. And last but not least, we have extra news here that I think you should definitely deserve to know. 1, World Tournament Rewards are out. Number 2, they have actually increased the time slot in which the number of Dragon Stones required to forget a hidden potential skill reduced to 1. That was supposed to end in like a week or so for global, I guess NJP, but now they actually extended it all the way to the 20th of October. That is huge. This is huge. So if you want to forget hidden potential skills, or with all the new EZAs coming to both global and JP for this worldwide, if you don't like your specific retroactive builds, and you can, when I say retroactive, I'm saying if you don't like a build after the EZA has released, you can go back in and change it for a very cheap cost. And they extended the time slot this was going to happen all the way throughout the course of worldwide, which of course is very, very, very beautiful. So make sure to take advantage of this. And last but not least, these are some of the EZAs returning soon. We have Gotenks EZA, Vegito EZA, Buhan EZA. We have these are all EZAs already out during the anniversary anyways. But if you missed out on getting some of these characters done, these are some of the EZAs that will be returning very, very soon for a global. And that is pretty much it. I mean, again, there's a lot to go over there, but I think this covered most of the information that you just you deserve to know. Again, if I forgot something, just let me know in the comments and I will pin it so that way others can read that as well. Thank you for watching. I apologize again for the late upload. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good night.